Hi guys, it's Rob Marenghi here. Hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you about what to do when depression gets particularly acute. So, if you've seen my other videos on mental health, um, most notably on depersonalization, you'll know some of my thoughts on this. But yeah, I've been tending to make videos on these topics when I'm in the grips of the conditions, particularly so. So my video, what to do when derealization gets really bad, was when my derealization was really, really bad. Today is the most depressed I've been in weeks. I've been slowly coming off antidepressants for a while, but I've been quite disciplined with exercise and yoga and staying busy and all that. So it's not been too bad. Same today with the yoga and the exercise and stuff. But the depression is really bad. I think it might be two things. I've had the house to myself, and I live in London in a house share. I've had the house to myself for a week, and it's been glorious, to be honest, because my other housemates. I can be quite solitary anyway, but they're all Italian and always speak Italian. And I always feel like I'm kind of intruding, if they're having a conversation when I go in the kitchen or something. So I try and one of them has got like a passive aggressive build up thing. We did sort of clear the air, but it seems, I don't know what he feels about it, but it just seems to have returned. So I much prefer being in the kitchen and stuff when they're not there. I don't like, I walk in and then they all have to sort of transition to like not the best English, yeah, and I'm starting teaching again in 2 days, which teachers talk about the fear, like in the build up to going back. Anyway, so I had my little mope around and period of self-pity. Cancelled my plan for tonight. Although the person I was going to meet was proving quite flaky, and I don't need that right now. So yeah, moped around for a little bit. I don't think there's anything bad in doing. You can't have your foot on the pedal all the time. Take a rest. But you all know when it gets to the point where you're stagnating instead of resting. I'm sure that's familiar to you. So I took an extra 2 Valium, which I can feel kicking in, and I haven't done that in a long time. I've been very disciplined with the Valium amounts. I don't feel too bad about it because it's just I didn't at that video I made on New Year's Eve, the what to do when depersonalization, derealization gets really bad. I didn't take an extra one then, which was my sort of party plan. So I thought it's Saturday night and I had to sleep earlier because when it gets so bad that all you want is lack of consciousness, even though your dreams don't give you a easy time of it either sometimes. So yeah, I did that. I don't think there's anything wrong with intelligent use of medication. I'm not claiming mine is, but you know what I mean. Like, I think it's a good thing that we can interfere with our suffering, and only you know what you're going through. As I've said before I got walloped by real depression. When you wake up every day, for months or years, feeling like all your family has died and everything's going to be a massive disaster. I used to think, oh, I'm sad as well. Why can't people just snap out of it? Very naive of me and very stupid, but understandable, because you never know until you're there with anything, Yeah, depression's a strange one, because if you talk about depersonalization or derealization, people can't really relate to that, and so they dramatize it. Oh my god, that must be so terrible, which it certainly can be, but depression is just sort of extreme sadness, and everyone feels sadness, and so a lot of people think, well, I get sad as well. I'm obviously just tougher than all these people who moan about it and need tablets and cancel plans and stuff. So, but I knew that just lying around doing nothing, dwelling, would make it worse. So I forced myself up, did very tiny things. Like modern mind God, because they don't look low enough. So I just went on YouTube and deleted some old videos that I don't need or use anymore. Tiny little things like that. I went to go and post on, try and get my videos out there, but I've now been banned for a week for doing that, because I've been doing it too much, apparently. I did get banned for 4 days another time, and I appealed, but no reply from Facebook, so I don't expect to reply this time. It's a bit annoying, because especially when with serious conditions, I know, speaking from my own experience, hearing the right thing at the right time saved my life. And I've tried to explain to Facebook that I'm not spamming or selling anything. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not entirely sure of my motives. Obviously, some of it's attention. It's deeply satisfying to hear from someone saying that you've helped them a lot or shifted their perspective on something. So yes, another cruel irony of depression. You feel better for helping people, but you can be so self-focused, and the last thing you want to do is warm-hearted gestures that take effort. Often the temptation is to spiral, but spiraling isn't good. Maybe occasionally it is, like the whole William Blake thing. The road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom. So the road of excessive whatever leads to you knowing about that whatever. So I'll wrap this up, because I looked at my statistics the other day, and a lot of people sort of switch off like halfway through or 60% through, which either my videos are just shit, or although that's not what people have said, or well, obviously our attention span is short these days. All my videos are too long, so I'm going to make it quicker. So my advice, if your depression is really bad, is try not to burn bridges. I almost did that tonight with this person. It was a text. There was a slight misunderstanding, and she was like, "Well, maybe we shouldn't meet tonight." Then I was like, "Yeah, maybe we shouldn't." And I calmed down a bit and said, "It's been a bad day. Let's do another night." Only you know how bad it is. So listen to yourself more than anyone else about it, but don't close yourself off from friends and family and advice, because even if people have never been to those depths, they could still say something that could help you. and just being around someone a bit happier than yourself can work wonders, and it makes you reach into yourself to pull out the person who isn't going to bring them down as well, you know. Playing guitar, writing, yoga, again, I know you're just really not in the mood to do anything when you're really depressed. So, alright, I'll close on this. I kind of sat on the derealization condition and the months of seriously suicidal thoughts, and the planning of and narrowly avoiding doing it. And only after nearly 3 years have I shared the story, thinking, well, like I said, not sure of my motivation, either seeking validation or wanting to help. I do think it's both, because both make me feel good. I know it's not a healthy mindset, because you get to 1,000 views and you're like, but I want 2,000, and then 3, you know. So I'm trying not to see it in too egotistical of a framework. But I did it, and I did want a self-mutilation as well, and shared it with everyone I know, as you do, and I feel nauseous through vulnerability. Everyone keeps messaging me saying how brave I am, and which I dismissed at first, but then I'm thinking, actually, yeah, if I don't usually feel nauseous through vulnerability, and that's been an effect of doing these videos. And I haven't heard from my family, who might not have known about some of the stories in them, which is a bit upsetting, and I find it quite daunting to ring them, talk to them about it. Yes, if you're feeling like a flat battery, maybe take it easy, or not, you know, like go for a fucking run. But I've already done that today, so I'm not going to do it again. Yes, keep perspective on the factors. I'm going back to teaching soon. Someone who annoyed me moved back into my house, and I'm coming off antidepressants, so perhaps mystery solved, although it's hard to be that pragmatic in your own head. That's why I like doing these videos, and would recommend people do these videos, even if you don't share them, because you think by talking, and if you can get what's going on out of here and conceptualized and verbalized, probably why solitary confinement, one of the reasons why solitary confinement is so awful, because you don't have the chance to do that and for anyone else to hear it. Yeah, maybe talk to someone about it. You'd be surprised how, actually, an old school friend actually messaged me, I haven't heard from him in years. He's like, oh, I liked your videos. I was hoping to strike a sort of triumphant tone with the videos, like you can overcome it. And he was like, dude, like, if you're spiraling into depression and self-loathing, I live in a 6-acre property in Tennessee, which I misread as Tenerife, but Tennessee. I'll pay for your flights. Come stay with me. So you'd be surprised the doors that can open. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I feel slightly bad about not contributing towards it, which I can't afford. And I don't want to be third wheeled. I think he's there with his wife, but I could take someone. Then they'd have to pay for their ticket, and the person I'm seeing is skint, and so who knows? But people crave. I will stop this in a minute. People crave the truth, and they really like honesty. And think about it: Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, Morrissey, Jordan Peterson, John Lennon, Milo Yiannopoulos. Controversial, but you can't deny that he. Well, people do, but he was honest. Joe Strummer, etc. People like that, and that's how you help people and help yourself, by being totally honest, no matter how vulnerable you feel. when you do it, because people generally see you doing stuff like that, and their response seems to be, "Oh, you're so brave." You know, it's not, "Ah, you made a fool of yourself, you fucking weakling." Thankfully, anyway. Stay strong, maintain the discipline. You know, I'm not one to talk in some ways, but I made the video. I didn't want to. Just I thought I'm not going to be able to do a good job of this, but you be the judge of that. I've got other videos on advertising, how Jordan Peterson betrayed Milo, which I thought would be a good snappy title, which it seems to have proved. I've got one of me playing cartoon theme songs on a classical guitar. Got one about self-mutilation, if you want a cheery one, but I'm anti-self-mutilation now. And yeah, I've got music available under my name, all for free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's all free on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Rob Marenghi, or my band Cats on the Beach. I've already described in other videos sort of what they sound like, and I watched it back and it sounded like a twat. So, twat, by the way, means pregnant fish or pregnant goldfish. So I don't know how it got into the vernacular of lexicon of insults, but it did. Anyway, I'd recommend making a video or talking to someone, even if you don't want to share it, because I can feel it helping me now, unburden. So that's I don't know how good this video but my attempt tips what to do when depression gets bad. Try and keep perspective and think, don't blame yourself. Think, well, this is happening, this is happening. Could be why. Alright, stay fun. My new sign-off line: stay fun, stay strong, stay honest. And remember, overthrowing a party. No. Remember, throwing a party is technically a political act.